unbelievably.
Another magnificent return from Sampras. Again, just blocking it, just using the pace of the serve, not generating his own. His fourth break point of this game.
Deuce. Advantage Krajicek. Deuce.
Cool and precise, changing his angles well.
Deuce for the sixth time in this third game.
Advantage Krajicek. Deuce.
The backhand return really is working sweetly.
Advantage Sampras.
Well, he's making the mistake in this crucial game for Krajicek of not getting his first serve in, particularly when he had game points.
Deuce.
Krajicek only managing to get half his first serves in. He's actually, throughout the championships, got 64% in.
Advantage Krajicek.
This single game has now lasted over 10 minutes. With the hand on the hat is Daphne Deckers, who is Richard's girlfriend. She's a model by profession.
Advantage Krajicek.
Now, I just wonder if he's learned his lesson. He's now got game point. Will this first serve go in?
Krajicek leads 2-1, first set.
And a much relieved Richard Krajicek, 9 deuces in that game, and he staved off 4 break points. Sadly, just a touch of rain in the air again, and let's hope it's no more than that.
Terribly important game for him to salvage that one, Krajicek, fighting off all those break points. But it took him a long time to realize why he was not serving out the game, because that first serve just did not go in from the left court until the final point. And every time Sampras returned on the backhand beautifully.
It's 1-2, first set, and we've been going already for 19 minutes.
Love.
I think we've just seen one of the major differences between these two players, and that is that he does not return the serve quite as consistently. Sometimes brilliantly, but not consistently.
Game Sampras. Play is suspended.
Oh dear, play has been suspended. The rain has gotten heavier, and here come the ground staff who do this magnificent job with the 2-ton cover, which weighs 4 tons when it's wet.
Love. Love.
Skills from Sampras.
The thing to watch here is how low he gets. Just watch these legs right down there, well apart, good balance. Center of gravity, no problem at all during that shot.
A 5th ace from Krajicek. Sampras yet to serve one.
Nets for service. Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 3-2, first set.
Good opening service game from Richard Krajicek. Much more confident, really, than he seemed at the start of the original start, if I can put it that way.
Agree with that. He served a beautiful game there. Ferocious serving. In fact, the Sampras is really going to have to be at his best to return this serve. It really is a ferocious, very quick service indeed, with a nice fluent action, a low toss. Hits the ball quite early. It'll be difficult to read which way it's going, wide or straight down the middle. And it just occurs to me that the one time really when I've seen Pete Sampras almost humiliated here at Wimbledon was in the semi-final in '92 when he was facing Goran Ivanisevic in the semi-final. I seem to remember it was on court 1, must have been the weather, and the bullets just flew off Goran's racket past Sampras. Well, he's facing the same problem today, only a right-handed version.
Love.
Seemed to keep quite low, that serve. Shot through, may have caught the back of the line. Oh, yes.
Well, I thought Sampras was going to do his famous slam dunk serve, but this was too high to reach. You see, he loves smashing on the jump.
$30-15. $40-15.
Sir Tim Rice, great cricket fan as well, isn't he? A member of the Lord's Taverners, the lyricist.
He's got his own team.
Game Sampras. Three games all.
Sampras responds positively, and it looks to me as if both of them have come out in fine form.
Net for service. $15. $15 all. Net for service. $30-15. 40-15.
Here's a little look at the line judge on the service line. He has a set of lights as well as the bleep that you hear on Cyclops.
Game Krajicek, new balls please. Krajicek leads 4-3 first set.
So both of them serving very impressively indeed. And much will depend on trying to break up the rhythm of the server by varying your returns a little bit, Bill, driving some, chipping some.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea, but not only that, there's another thing which I'm very surprised we don't see more of. It's a thing Arantxa Sanchez does, and that is vary her position to receive the serve. Now, if you move in, I think any tennis player knows that if you've got an opponent standing always in the same place, you are just used to the scenery you're serving at, and it makes life pretty easy. But if that same person moves forward 2-3 yards, then suddenly you are serving, your perspective, your depth perspective is changed, and it often results in a double fault, that sort of thing. Or if you leave a big gap on your forehand, well, then you think, okay, that's easy to hit, and you miss it. So
Time.
I know it's different when you're having serves like this coming at you, but I don't think we see enough of that.
New balls in play. 3-4.
15-9.
Particularly difficult shot this for Krajicek, because he actually plays it quite late. Big body rotation needed, and he plays that just perfectly. Also falling backwards, difficult to get the power.
And he played the point so well, because Krajicek had forced him to, and then with the court at his mercy.
Deuce.
Sampras' first double fault. Krajicek has served 2.
Advantage Sampras.
I always feel that particular serve from the right court wide is a barometer of the Sampras serving form. If he gets that one right, he earns an awful lot of points with it.
Game Sampras. Four games all.
So Sampras comes through his first difficult service game of the match. a lifter.
15 love.
Imagine Courtney Walsh banging that one in and getting it up at your throat.
Oh. 15 all.
Two men out there who possess that really vicious slice serve to the forehand court.
Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 5-4, first set.
Well, we were talking about tactics of returning the serve. I suppose the first thing is try and get a racket on it. That's superb serving from Krajicek. 10 aces already. And his speed of serving, he's averaging 118 miles an hour on the first serve.
Well, he's just given Pete Sampras really no chance to get even near a sniff of winning a game. Each game he's served, 3 of them since he came out after the rain break, has been held to 15, and it's been really heavy serving. So only 3 points in 3 games, that's really not bad. He is not quite at the top of the aces for the 8 quarterfinalists. He's third. Radulescu is top with 101 aces, but he's played more sets. Richard Krajicek, in fact, has played 13 sets to Sampras's 14 sets to get here. And he served more aces than Sampras has. There is Richard Krajicek's girlfriend. And, of course, Pete Sampras's is there as well.
And there's Delena Mulcahy, who is Pete's girlfriend. Graduated in law from University in Florida earlier this year.
Second service.
There was a commendable smash, only in the sense that it was a very high lob indeed, and the higher it gets, the more wind it gets. So you have to watch it all the way.
Game Sampras. Five games all.
Well, the way both men have been serving since the resumption, we seem destined for 4 tie breaks and about a 46-44 final set. A really good first volley there from Krajicek. because Sampras had drilled the return at him. He had to get down, and it's a long way down for Krajicek. Richard Krajicek's 100th ace of the championships.
Well, where are they serving, these men? There's Krajicek serving wide 14 times, you see, and 18 times down the middle.
Game Krajicek.
But always to the backhand.
Krajicek leads 6 games to 5, first set.
Interesting that Krajicek is attacking the backhand, because although it's not a bad shot, compared with Sampras's forehand, it is a comparative weakness.
Yes, comparative being the operative word, because it can be a match-winning shot as well. But having said that, it can break down. I've seen it, for example, he lost to Muster indoors. Muster indoors, Sampras losing, yes. And the match ended with 7 backhand faults in a row by Sampras. So it certainly wasn't operating in that match. But here at Wimbledon, where we've seen him so often, I think his backhand has usually worked very well. And the shot I look for is the one he loves playing, and that is drilling it down the line. So 7 backhand winners played by Sampras, 3 by Krajicek, and no forehand winners by Krajicek. Unbelievable.
5-6, Sampras trying to take us into a tiebreak.
Love 15.
Oh yes. Now he's hit a forehand winner.
And what a winner. This is just a magnificent shot. It was a pretty good volley by Sampras. He did well to get there. He did even better to control it so well. Love 30.
Very low off the bounce.
Well, this is just a session of terrific play by Krajicek. As you say, the ball was very low. Not a very good bounce there. Must have hit a wet patch. 3 break points.
That is sensational from Krajicek, and he takes the set.
Second set, Krajicek to serve.
It wasn't as if Sampras played a bad game. It was just Krajicek hit winner after winner.
Absolutely fantastic play off the ground. He's served well so far. Just incredible play off the ground then. Second set.
30 love.
That ends a run of 10 successive points that Krajicek had won.
Second time in this match that Sampras has either had a huge kicking serve or an unkind bounce or a combination of both. That just leapt up over his racket.
Game Krajicek. First game, second set.
Really is a purple patch of form for Richard Krajicek, who, after his win over Stick yesterday, was saying, well, at last I'm starting to feel comfortable on grass, that it's taken me a long time to learn to play on a grass court. It took Sampras as well, because, remember, the first 2 years Pete came here, didn't get past the first round.
True, it does take time. And he's proving himself now. He has certainly been an underachiever on grass. Krajicek, that is, obviously. And he's now in the best position he's ever been, and he's playing himself in this match into a very good position. It's certainly not a time for Sampras to panic. I mean, he lost the first set in his first match here this year, but he likes to fight back, Sampras. It sort of brings out the best in him, but I don't think he will panic, Sampras that is, unless he goes a breakdown in this set.
Time.
Then he might, as he was beginning to against Richie Renneberg.
Well, the court is cutting up a little bit. Of course, Krajicek in particular is a very heavy man, and that's the area where they land after the serve and they're pounding in. That's a little worrying.
Net second service. $15 love. $15.
Both men have now served 2 double faults.
Well, now things are happening for Richard Krajicek, which are not good news for Sampras at all. He's covering the court very well, and he's having the luck.
Net for 6.
can't miss at the moment.
Well, that's the sort of return he was bringing off yesterday when he polished off Michael Stich in 3 sets.
Two break points.
Quiet, please. .30-40.
Just long.
Deuce.
Lovely attitude there from Krajicek on those 2 break points. He really went for them. He wasn't waiting for his opponent to make the mistake.
Advantage Sampras.
Well, that's a volley that could have had a nasty ending for Sampras unless he'd put extra power behind it. It's not an easy shot to hit back with power.
One game.
I wonder how significant a game that may prove to be, because as Bill Threlfall was saying, you're setting a break down to Krajicek, you are in trouble. Sampras extracted himself superbly.
$15.
15 aces already.
$30. Out. 40 love. Net second service. $40-50.
Ah, they come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? There's a moose loose in the hoose.
Well, that's the shot to play if you're slightly late on the shot. And how on earth can you be early on a serve coming this fast? So that was logical.
Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 2-1. Second set and 1 set to love.
Well, some of the ground staff are now coming out to do a little bit of gardening on the hallowed turf, and I suppose, Bill, when it is damp and it sweats a little bit under the covers, that's why, of course, one of the reasons they lift the covers. It's sad to see it being cutting up like this.
Well, it certainly is, yes. Even spitting with rain now too. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, play is suspended.
the awful words, play is suspended, and here they come, this magnificent crew of men to put that cover on. So frustrating. And Sampras quickly off. Another delay. Let's hope it won't be another 3.5 hours before this cover is taken off. So the Duke of Kent, the president of the club, I suppose he's seen it all before. He's fairly philosophical about it all.
Yes, of course, his mother, Princess Marina, doing the job.
Thank you. Net first service. $15.
A different problem now being faced by Richard Krajicek, looking into a very awkward sun.
$30-15.
Fine return, really dipped down right at the toes of Sampras. Couldn't make the half volley.
Out. 40-30. Game Sampras, new balls, please. Two games all.
Well, Sampras will be quite relieved to have got through with that first game after the restart, losing the 30-love lead, pegged back to 30-all. He had to survive 2 break points in his opening service game of this set. So those balls were kept for just 1 game, and now we have a brand new set being brought out. It's because we played 16 games.
$15 love.
And in those 16 games, Richard Krajicek has served 16 aces. He's doing a little bit of gardening there. It was cutting up a little bit, the court.
Oh! $30 love. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a mobile phone with you, please make sure it's switched off. Thank you.
Cliff Richard and Virginia Wade, or Sir Cliff I should call him.
$40 love. 40-15.
Sampras finally making contact here.
Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 3-2, second set by 1 set to love.
Bill, I get the impression that Richard Krajicek is now feeling very comfortable in this match. At the start, in the first segment of play where we just had 4 games, he looked nervous. He had to survive 6 break points, but now he's playing really well.
That's right. Sampras lost his chance to break really with 5 break point chances in a very long third game of this match. Krajicek's second service game. He had a break point to defend in the first service game, which he did quite well, and then 5 in the third game of the first set. But he's come out after each break still playing very well indeed. So he's been very sensible, obviously, in the locker room, kept himself warm, kept himself focused. Sampras has not managed to collar this serve at all as yet, but he cannot say he hasn't had practice. He had to face Philippoussis' serve in his second match. An enormous serve, even bigger than this one perhaps. Certainly a second serve bigger. Constantly over 125 miles an hour, Philippoussis' second serve. No breaks, 2-3. Well, I don't think I've ever seen this chap play his backhand so well as he has done at this year's Wimbledon. Yesterday against Stich, and now today.
$15 all. $15-30. $30 all.
Meticulous.
A little bit of paper, I think. Nicely put away in the litter bin.
He appears to me to be waiting, Krajicek, with a backhand grip on.
40-30.
One thing's for sure, he has not got time to change his grip with the serve coming this fast. Yes, ready for a backhand.
Deuce.
For a very tall man, 6'5", he moves up the court very quickly.
Advantage Sampras.
Four aces now from Sampras, 16 from Krajicek.
Game Sampras. Three games all.
Court jesters in town. We've had everything else at this year's Wimbledon.
15 love.
I sense a slight loss of rhythm on this serve for the first time in the match.
Well, occasionally we get things right in the commentary box. 2 successive doubles from Krajicek. Sampras feeling it might have been long. Of course, it can be beyond the rays of Cyclops, and then it's back down to the line judge. Cyclops only covers a couple of inches of the court with its rays.
That proved 2 things. The court is faintly slippery, and Krajicek is magnificent overhead.
Krajicek leads 4-3, second set by 1 set to love.
Seeing Richard Krajicek stick out those long arms, I'm reminded of Michael Gross, the albatross, the great swimmer, who had this enormous wingspan, and Krajicek sort of leans out an arm and he seems to cover 3/4 of the court.
Yeah, it's not only length of arm there, it's terrific anticipation, good court movement generally, good balance. Here's a good serve after the double fault. Sampras digs it back, and here's a chance to go down the line, but not when a man like that is leaping at it. Very alert play. Absolutely eyes glued to the ball there. Here's where Sampras could have passed him, but doesn't. Sampras, I would feel, is just down a bit.
Time.
You know, he's not expecting this sort of opposition from Krajicek. They're 2-all in matches played before. They haven't met on grass. But Sampras is meeting today a different Krajicek, I'm sure, to the ones he's played before. Playing very well indeed. 3-4.
15 love.
Normally very good at that whip forehand, particularly likes to hook it cross court.
Game Sampras. Four games all.
Nice love service game for the defending champion.
Fifteen love. Thirty love. Forty love. Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 5-4, second set by 1 set to love.
Krajicek answers a Sampras love service game with one of his own. And really, rather like the first set, things seem to be going along fairly comfortably on serve, but then of course Krajicek produced that one explosive return game.
Yeah, Sampras has had 3 service games to love, and gives me the impression of being slightly hard done by out here today with the events that are unfolding in front of him. He's the one who's serving second in this second set, and I would think that this set absolutely crucial for Sampras's continued advance in these championships, because it's all very well when you're playing a fellow who you can return his serve. But when you're playing a fellow serving bombs like this, to break, to be 2 sets down and then to break for the next 3 sets to win is really asking an awful lot.
Fifteen love.
Well, Richard, sort of minor version of what happened to poor Boris Berger. He mistimed that return and jarred his wrist all the way up his arm.
14.
Well, that looked way long. It really did. Yes. The replay suggesting it was quite a distance long. I suspect that one was beyond the reach of Cyclops.
Game Sampras.
Michael Jordan, eat your heart out.
Well, this shot will have made Sampras feel a lot better. It's a speciality shot of his. I don't see anybody else playing it anywhere near like him. Just look at the leap. How he connects in the middle of the racket at the top of a jump about a yard high. Extraordinary shot. 5-all.
15 left.
Oh yes, the running forehand, that's another speciality of Sampras.
Yes, it is. He's played many of these in his life. Wonderful shot, but there haven't been many. Not too many have been strung together. That stops a run of points on serve. 15 points have been won consecutively on serve until that one.
(30-15).
Just the faintest suspicion of a wrong footing shot then was enough to win Sampras that point.
(40-30).
No harm done except to his pride. Feel sorry for the court when a man of the size of Krajicek falls down like that.
Yeah, he's a very cheerful, very pleasant fellow. And it's a bit undignified to do that. Sometimes shakes up your rhythm as well. These are tight moments, 5-all deuce. Well, this is just a masterclass in how to pass down the line on the backhand.
Sampras.
It just had enough topspin to make it dip. And finally, Sampras has another chance to break. A moment like this hasn't happened since the beginning of the first set.
Well, it was a little late and it was a little strangled, the call.
Keeper's on his way to the chair then. Must have been so close.
Advantage Krajicek. Krajicek leads 6-5. Second set, 1 set to love.
Absolute relief for Daphne Deckers as her man, Richard Krajicek, comes out of that situation. But, Bill, in a match like this, heavy serving on a grass court, chances are going to be fleeting, and Sampras, as yet, hasn't taken his chances. If we have a look at the statistic for break points, Sampras has had 7 break points and hasn't converted any. Krajicek's had 3, converted 1, and that's why he's a set to the good.
Yeah, looking back on those 7 that Sampras has had, I don't really feel he was doing anything wrong. He was just faced by really massive serves from Krajicek, and they were sort of largely unreturnable. Well, some people think this makes tennis boring, but it's an incredible art that the really fast servers have developed, and so it should have been taken away from them. Sampras now has 2 major problems on his hands. He's not only got to hold this service game, but he's then got to get a few mini breaks and win a tie-break.
$15 love. $30 love.
Sampras shook his head then, as much as to say, you know, you were stupid to leave that. It was so close, and it had a bit of topspin on it.
Net second service. Wait, please.
Took advantage of the miss hit, which turned into a very awkward lob.
Well, these sort of things are happening against Sampras and for Krajicek. That gives him a chance to shoot that one down the line. A very impressive shot.
And he drifted it down the line, and it's set point.
$30-40. Quiet, please.
It's been called good. Krajicek thought it had gone long.
I'll tell you something, the only reason that was good and called good was that it was a faint miss hit. It was not out of the middle of the racket. Had it been what Sampras intended, to hit it out of the middle, I think it would have been long and the set would have gone.
Advantage Sampras. Game Sampras. Six games all. Second set tiebreak.
Well, Pete Sampras rode his luck that time. Tiebreak, and I have to tell you that Richard Krajicek's record of tiebreaks at Wimbledon is awful. He's played 12 and only won 3.
Krajicek.
Sampras' turn to be disappointed.
Yeah, and Krajicek's turn to be astonished. Both players thought that was wide.
It was well wide.
Well, apart from that mishit volley, I don't think anything lucky has happened for Sampras.
Krajicek. Krajicek.
Pete Sampras's grip on the Wimbledon crown is being loosened by the second here. 3-love with too many breaks.
Krajicek.
So Sampras finally opens his account. I remember Richard Krajicek once lost a tie-break from 6 points to love up. And those were 6 match points. It was at the US Open.
Can't see it happening here.
Krajicek.
Two service points to come. If he wins them both, he leads by 2 sets to love.
Well, he's just got to hope for second serves to come in, which are giving him a chance to return them. And this is a lovely disguised off-forehand pass. 1 point broken. 5-3.
Krajicek.
Three set points. He only needs one.
7 games to 6. Krajicek leads 2 sets to love. New balls, please.
Bill, every day these championships are throwing up the most extraordinary stories.
I was just focusing then on the rather poignant face of Delena Mulcahy up in the stand. There's an ecstatic face, but Pete's girlfriend here, Delena, who has supported him when Pete was absolutely racked with grief about Tim Gullickson, and she was so supportive of him. it still, of course, lives with him very much, and of course it affects everything he thinks and does. But having said that, that is no excuse for what is happening out here at all. The excuse that Sampras must know is that he's facing a man who's playing out of his skin so well. And you've got to take your hat off for Richard Krajicek. He's just played so far a magnificent match, and he's really halfway there, if not more.
Third set, Sampras to serve. $15 left.
Four times Sampras has come from 2 sets to love down to win a Grand Slam match. Twice against Jim Courier at the Australian Open.
30 left.
Once extraordinarily against Thomas Muster at the French Open. The other was against Magnus Larsson again at the Australian Open.
$40. Game Sampras. First game, third set.
And one straw that Sampras can be clutching at, Bill, is that on a grass court, when you've got two huge servers, the momentum can turn around so quickly. Just one. Nine 10. Chris Lewis coming into bowl, and the Indians, and here they come. Is that okay?
Okay, a burst from Bill, a burst from Bill, a burst from Bill, a burst from Bill. Bright sunshine, incredible.
2 minutes.
Yes, 22 hours and 21 minutes after they left the centre court last night. They resume with Richard Krajicek 2 sets to love up. Pete Sampras, who's won his last 25 matches at Wimbledon. The champion for the last 3 years, but in those 25 matches, Bill, he's never come from 2 sets to love down.
No, he hasn't here, but he has elsewhere, of course. This is different on grass. Sampras stats there. He's top 3 in everything. Seeded 1, ATP 1, world champion. And the highest he's been can be no further. And a wonderful record. Australian, he won in '94. French, so close this year. Played marvellous tennis. And Wimbledon 3 years. And the United States 3 years. So what a record. And just a wonderful tennis player who at the moment is on the rack by a wonderful display from Richard Krajicek.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the continuation of the match.
Some of the best,
last night due to rain.
Really, David, I think some of the best consistent hard serving
leads 2 sets to love.
that I can remember seeing.
Absolutely, Richard Krajicek has been thundering them down all the time. 24 years of age, born in Rotterdam, now has his home in Monte Carlo. A huge man, 6'5", semi-finalist twice in Grand Slam events, the Australian in 1992, where he actually couldn't play. He damaged his shoulder in the quarterfinal, and at the French in 1993. But Krajicek, an underachiever on grass until this year. He was quarterfinalist in Rosmalen 2 weeks before the championships began in his native Holland, and here in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon for the first time. Krajicek already disposed of one past champion, Michael Stich, in straight sets in the last round. And in high form, not just the serve, but the thing that has really been surprising everyone, including his opponents, the quality of his backhand return.
Sampras to serve.
Michael Morrissey in the chair. 1-1, third set. Krajicek leads 2 sets to love.
Love 50.
Just one break of serve decided the first set, and the second Krajicek took the tie break, 7 points to 3, a set of no breaks. Well, that's been the shot of the championships for Krajicek.
Not only for Krajicek, you could almost say it's been the shot of the championships. He has just produced marvellous down-the-line shots. Very good position, driving straight through the ball. Feet wide apart.
Well, talk about withstanding pressure.
30-all.
Sampras there facing a barrage of ground shots and doing so well to cope.
Game Sampras.
Just missed.
Sampras leads 2-1. Third set, Krajicek by 2 sets to love.
Absolutely crucial for Sampras to hold that service game, and he really was under threat at 15-30.
Oh, that point where he had to play a volley and then withstand the next shot. Just unbelievable. Of course, Sampras has already lost this match if it was a 3-set match. And therefore, he can really, in his mind, start again. He's out now to play another 3-set match. The only difference being he's got to win all 3. But his mind is clear. At least I hope for his sake it is. And he's certainly got a volley better than he did yesterday, and he's got a serve better than he did yesterday. Krajicek, on the other hand, if he starts off like he finished yesterday, he looks a certain winner, because I've noticed something rather awesome about him, and that is that if he wins a point with a brilliant shot, he is very likely to play the next point or 2 or 3 points also brilliantly. He seems to thrive on his own success, as when he broke Sampras in that first set with 4 of the best shots seen this year. He is mighty dangerous.
Love. Love.
24th ace of the match for Richard Krajicek. Sampras has only served 5. Really stepped into that ball, went to meet it.
30-15.
I sometimes feel it's more difficult to play this from more in mid-court, because you have to restrain the power to keep it in court. Play it with a little bit of topspin, not quite so hard. Good example there.
40-15.
Loosening up, 127 miles an hour.
Game Krajicek. Two games all.
Looking almost philosophical there. Sampras, a little scratch of the head. How do I break this guy's serve?
Love. All. 15-30.
6 double fault from Sampras.
Questionable is good. We play
An overall from Michael Morrissey. There was no bleep from Cyclops, the line monitor.
First service.
And Michael will have on the little panel in front of him the green light, and if that flashes, that means the serve was called good.
40-30. Game Sampras. Sampras leads 3-2, third set. Krajicek by 2 sets to love.
Well, Bill, you were saying that Sampras would have to serve better than he did yesterday, and there were just signs there in that game, although there was the double fault, that the first serve was beginning to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, but he's only served 7 aces in this match to 25 from Krajicek. I mean, that's really ridiculous. I remember a match there where Sampras was in fact out-aced. It was a 3-set match by Michael Chang. Now, that was also ridiculous, but having said that, his serve remains really one of his major weapons. It's a magnificent serve. But I'm a little bit more worried about the quality of his second serve. The action is perfect. Brings him forward. That was one of his aces. The quality of his second serve has been, I think, spasmodic, not only today. He served one very short one, which bounced high and was tucked away by Krajicek. But normally, he has one of the best second serves in the game, if not the best. I think it had better become like that. And there is Delena Mulcahy in front. It's nice that the two girlfriends, Daphne Decker's at the back there, are very friendly. Krajicek at 2-3.
Love 15.
A stern and studious Sampras knuckling down to the task.
Fifteen all. $30-15. $40-15.
There was an example there of where Sampras really got his racket to where the ball was going, but no time to make a stroke. This serve is too fast.
Game Krajicek. Three games all.
Yes, it's just constant, the serving of Krajicek, both against Stich and now against Sampras. There's just no escape from it. Too good.
He seems to make these passes on both wings with minimum fuss. Wasn't really the best shot by Sampras, not deep enough, but a really lovely pass.
$15 all. 30-15.
Well, without being unkind to Richard, that's the sort of backhand return we've seen so many times from him over the years, but not over the last couple of days.
Oh.
30.
Sampras having to work much harder than his opponent today to hold serve. It's on the line.
Well,
I reckon the net cord, I thought the net cord was going to push it out, actually. It would have been even more in, but for the net cord. And this is an ominous point here for Sampras. Break point.
He's done it. Krajicek breaks.
Krajicek leads 4 games to 3, third set, and by 2 sets to love.
So, Richard Krajicek, all he has to do now is to hold his serve twice, and in this year of upsets, he'll cause the biggest.
Yes, well, he thoroughly deserved the break, really, and Sampras really another double fault. I mean, Sampras now 7 aces, 7 double faults. That is not his standard of serving at all. He must now feel a sense of panic. He even said after his first match against Richie Renneberg that when Renneberg was a set and a break up, panic began to, any player would, not only him. He's a great champion, but the spectre of defeat must now be in his mind. And he has now just got to produce the play of a champion.
Love.
Sampras is having to face an average of almost 2 aces a game from Krajicek.
Whoa.
Very impressive, effortless court coverage. Wonderful reading of the play from Krajicek.
Game Krajicek. Krajicek leads 5 games to 3.
Emphasizing his break of serve in the most emphatic of fashions. And the defending champion must serve to hold on to his title.
Up.
15 love. Wait, please. Net for service. 15.
Fault.
30-15.
Well, what has happened, I think, is that the line judge has changed his mind. Originally called out and then put the palms down. So it goes down as an 8th ace.
40-15. Game Sampras, new balls please. Krajicek leads 5 games to 4, third set by 2 sets to love.
A moment of truth for both of them here, Bill. For Krajicek, what an opportunity to finally convince everyone what we've believed for so long, that this man has the game to win on the game's greatest stage.
Absolutely, he's playing like a champion or a future champion, and he might well become that this year. Certainly he's played a magnificent match. But just think about Sampras, think about a real champion of the game, think about the fact he's won 3 in a row here, think how he feels, think how he must think back to the other guys who have joined him in that very, very exclusive club, who have won 3 in a row or more here. Going back from Borg, then to Perry. I mean, the names are just incredible. Wilding of New Zealand, the 2 Dohertys, the brothers, and Renshaw. Right back to 1877 when it started. This is a great champion who is very nearly out of the championships. And the great future champion is serving to put him out.
Out.
15 love.
Daphne as anxious as Richard Krajicek, probably more so. Such touch at such a time.
Well, it's just a terrific shot. He just caresses that over the net. He must be very excited inside, but he can still produce a shot like that.
Love.
Three match points.
Thank you. Thank you. Game
The champion is out.
7-5, 7-6, 6-4.
And there will be a new name on the Wimbledon Roll of Honour this year, because no previous winners remain